Hello, Joe here from Infiniti of Tacoma. Today I'm going to tell you about this lovely 2020 Toyota 4Runner Premium. One awesome SUV. And the 4Runner is kind of a last of a dying breed. It's a true body-on-frame SUV. One of the best out-of-the-box off-road vehicles in its class. Great hauling and towing ability. It has a level of ruggedness that you don't find in a lot of car-based crossovers, which seem to be all the rage these days, for good reason. America loves our crossover SUVs, but most crossover SUVs are built like cars. They're built on unibody car-like architecture. And just like a car, you know, they might look like a truck, they might have, you know, bigger wheels, they might have a little bit extra ground clearance, but like a car, cars aren't always up to task of going off-road, you know, towing and hauling. So the 4Runner, which is still based on truck-based body and frame architecture, it's much better suited for venturing off the beaten path, towing, hauling, doing stuff like that. I have a soft spot in my heart for 4Runners. I started my automotive career at Toyota in the 90s. I used to drool over those, you know, mid-90s 4Runners, and man, they've come a long way. I think the 3-liter V6 back then was good for about 160 horsepower. Had lots of low-end grunt, but it would run out of steam pretty quickly. Not the case with this one. And even though you might spend most of your time on-road in this 4Runner, it still has very nice on-road manners. Obviously, it has a little bit of a different feel. I like the way it drives. You know, sometimes it's okay for a truck to feel like a truck. You know, it's not a bad thing. And that's definitely the case with this one. It doesn't drive like a typical crossover SUV. 27,005 miles at the time of making this video. Nice two-tone leatherette interior. Really nice upscale interior. I love the contrast stitching they have in the doors. Kind of synthetic leather. We have power and heated front seats. And I like this. This is a feature you don't find too often. And 4Runners, I think, have always had this since the beginning in the 80s when they first came out. Is a roll down rear window. I can picture a nice happy golden retriever poking its head out of that back window right now. Really cool stuff. True 4-wheel drive system with a 2-speed transfer case, so you have high range, low range, navigation. We have a rear parking camera, automatic dimming mirror, nice leather wrap steering wheel. We have lane keep assist, forward collision warning. I also think this has forward emergency braking, Bluetooth hands-free phone system. Looks like we have a built-in, I think it's an inverter, which is good for camping. And look at this nice wheel and tire package. Kind of gives it a little bit more of an aggressive, rugged look. Plenty of tread in those tires as well. Really looks great in black. Has a tow hitch. Plenty of cargo space. It looks like our detail department got a little bit of too much water in here. We'll have to dry that out. And here we have a 120 power outlet. That's what that button up there was for. And look at all that ground clearance. You have departure and arrival angles, especially with this wheel and tire package, and it being lifted up a little bit higher off the ground for some serious off-roading if you wish to do so. Even if you want to do some light off-roading, we have some beautiful trails and forest service roads in the Pacific Northwest. Some of the best off-roading in the whole country. There's some great websites to recommend different off-roading. There's some, you know, they're seasonal. Probably in the winter a lot of these are closed, but in the summertime there's some nice trails where you might maybe drive through a couple inches of water, but mostly it's just like driving on a beat up dirt or gravel road. And you can see some beautiful nature, outdoors, what the Pacific Northwest has to offer. And then it might be fun to like take this to Moses Lake, drive it in the sand, or go down to like Florence or Oregon, maybe drive it in the dunes a little bit. I don't know if I'd go too far into the dunes. Maybe I'd drive it in the beach. I've never driven something like this in the dunes, so I don't know what I'm talking about. I've driven a sand rail, but I don't know. Maybe anyone watching this video, let us know if you've driven a 4Runner in the dunes and tell us how it does or what type of tires you have to use. Well, that concludes this video. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon and have a wonderful day.